Diane, you used this great line on Twitter earlier this morning. You said the economy cannot thaw as fast as it froze as long as the water is COVID tainted. So the point being this, if you're going to open up the economy right now in the middle of this, the only way you're going to give people some security to go out is to give them confidence that there is some security out there. How do you get, is there any way to bring confidence with the water tainted?
It's a great question. And of course, you don't want to drink from a poisoned till. I think it's really important to think about what other countries that have done much better on testing and tracing and containing the virus, been much more strategic on shutdowns like South Korea. Even there, the behavioral response has been sort of this reluctance to return to public spaces because the risk of contagion is still very high. So even in the best of circumstances, there still is this incredibly suppressed level of economic activity as the reopening begins. Manufacturing plants are easier to reopen and keep people safe than many other industries. South Korea is a very big manufacturing country, but the service sector, where this is driving our losses, is very hard to ramp up when there's still this threat out there. And we've reopened before we've actually bent the curve in many areas, which makes it even more difficult. The risk of recurrences and repeated outbreaks, let alone the real threat of a second wave of infection at the onset of the flu season in the fall, makes it very difficult. Add yet another layer. Many large companies have already decided, reopening or not, they're not returning their workers back to work. And so they won't be in these places or traveling and doing the kind of business they once did.
Diane, without putting you on the spot for a number to predict, it sounds like you believe this April jobs report in 6 months is going to look rosy compared to what's coming.
I'm not sure that we'll see a lot worse reports in this because of the extraordinary impact the closing had, and we will see some bounce back due to the temporary lift in jobs from the PPP, those payroll protection plan loans, which expire in 8 weeks, and my fear is we'll have another round of layoffs with that. My concern is really at the state and local levels that you'll be adding really draconian cuts starting in July as well if we don't get transfers for the state, and there's no state that isn't affected. Florida and Texas are some of the most at risk over the long haul. So this idea that, this has gotten politicized on transfers to the states is really nonsense. And we know from the Great Recession, one of the main reasons the employment recovery was not stronger was that state and local governments were cutting when the rest of the economy was trying to ramp up.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.